Are you trying to improve the way you speak English and sound more native, more natural? This video is for you. I'm Steve from British Community, and today I'm going to share with you 4 key pronunciation techniques to help you speak more naturally, like a native speaker. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I hope this video really helps you improve your English. So I've taught hundreds, maybe thousands of students, and some have been excellent speakers and others have been beginners. But one key problem that everybody has is pronunciation. I've known proficient language users who adopt their own local pronunciation when speaking English. This isn't necessarily a negative aspect. We're not telling people to drop their pronunciation or their accent and lose their cultural identity. It's only a problem when there is a breakdown in communication. So I've identified 4 key pronunciation elements that you can start applying today, which will radically improve the way you speak English. These 4 elements are the sound, or the schwa as it's known, the r sound for the r, the h sound for h's, and finally the th sound for th. In the description to the video, I'm going to include the phonetic symbols, which are incredibly helpful when you're trying to improve your pronunciation. I'm also going to include a list of websites and resources that I use when teaching students, so you can use them to learn at home. Okay, so let's begin with the sound, the schwa. This is the most common sound in the English language, so it's vital that you learn to use this correctly. We most often hear this at the end of a word. So, for example, computer. So it ends with this sound of computer, even though it's written with an R. That's the case for many words that end with an R. Just adopt the sound player, runner, learner. Those are all easy, simple examples. The next sound I want to focus on is the R itself. Many students who come from Latin-based language cultures, Italy, France, Spain, R's can be really challenging because in each language you pronounce them differently. In Italian or Spanish you may roll your R's, r, or in French it may come from the back of the throat. But in English the R is different, and also it differs between British and American English. So in English, in UK English, it's soft, R, r, red, right, repeat. In American English, it's rolled at the back of the throat a little bit. So like this, R, arcade. Whichever you decide to use, whether it's British or American, is absolutely fine and is completely your choice. The general rule of thumb for that is just to be consistent. So if you prefer American over British English, then stick with that, or vice versa. But me being British, I'll stick to British English for now. And coming back to this R sound that we use in English, for words that end in an R, for example, car, bar, jar, you don't hear that R at all. It's actually silent. Another element is the H. A lot of students completely omit the H, especially at the beginning of a word. So instead of it being hotel, students will say hotel and just begin with the vowel sound. Now, one way for you to practice and really implement this is to put your hand in front of your mouth and feel your breath on your skin. So you should feel your breath on your hand if you're doing this correctly. Hotel, hospital, help. Obviously, that's a little bit exaggerated for the video, but once you get into the rhythm of this and you start to speak naturally, you won't make such an effort, but you'll still feel yourself pronouncing those H's. And finally, we have the TH sound, the th sound. This is really difficult for a lot of students because it simply doesn't exist in their own languages. So really, the key to this is the positioning of the tongue and the mouth. So if you notice, I'll try to do this very, very slowly for you, but the tongue actually goes between the upper and lower teeth to produce the sound. For example, think, thought, thank you. Or when it comes at the end of the word, teeth, tooth. This can really take some practice, but when you look at the phonetic symbol of it, it actually looks like a mouth with a tongue in the middle. It's actually a circle with a line in the middle. So that can help you remember it when you're reading from phonetic script and practicing your pronunciation. Okay, so those are your 4 techniques, but now you actually have to put them into practice. The theory's no good if you're not taking action. So how can you practice this? Well, of course, if you have a teacher, then you can definitely do this with them. But if you want to practice independently on your own at home, then this is what I would recommend. Go on to one of the websites that transcribes words into phonetic script. I would make a list of very simple words, put them into the transcriber, go through your list 2, 3, 4 times, pronounce each word and focus on each phonetic that you're trying to practice. So we said the schwa, the r, the h sound and the th sound. Those are the only 4 at this moment that you should be concentrating on. Once you've gone through the list a couple of times, then record yourself. Play it back, listen. Are you pronouncing it correctly? What errors are you making? Are they consistent? Are they the same errors every time? This kind of analysis and reflection will really help you to improve. So repeat that process 2 or 3 times. And then again, the ultimate challenge is to use this when in a real conversation with a native speaker. And if you'd like to practice this, please let us know. So there are tons and tons of pronunciation games, techniques and strategies that we can use together. This was just one. I hope it's really helpful for you. Practice, try it out at home, give us your feedback. If you find any other ways that work for you, please share them in the comments, as you'll probably be helping other people. If you haven't already, again, please subscribe to our channel, or if you need any help with learning any other aspects of the English language, please write to us and let us know. Thank you. See you next time.